Folks, it's having a great day. Nice little audit video here from a nice collection outside the old US of A. Look at this nice little batch here, folks. So this is a fun little different type of collection. And I know everyone's like, Rudy, it's not different. They're old cards and you're going to hoard them in the basement. All right, fine. You got me. You got me. So we're going to go over some cards today, folks. I'm going to just kind of give you guys my opinion as we end through... oh my God, we're really approaching 2022. We are what? A couple months from 2022? Is really? Jeez. All right, so first thing right out of the gate here, we have random. We have 2 ice cards. I'm sorry, just CE, not international. We got a Tutor and a Time Vault. You guys know, I'm not a huge fan of ice cards. The market loves them. The prices of them keep rising. So there you go. Still not my personal fave, though. All right, so this is organized. Okay, so this is pretty random. So this is going to be a weird thing. Give you guys, this will be some good conversation with you all. So first we got, I'm assuming this gentleman kind of went through and just pulled anything he thought was either reserve list or old or anything. He kind of threw them in this bat. Well, maybe not. Tinder, this is like no value on those cards. All right, so Dance of the Dead. Some of these, there's still a lot of speculation around Ice Age Fallen Empire Chronicle cards, man. Like some of these weird type of reserve list Ice Age, I don't know why they're Shatters from there's no value, and Shatter and Lava Burst from Ice Ages are kind of commons. Wall of Lava, no value. Elves, those are cool. All right, Jukalops. Very iconic card from Ice Age there. The Land Cycle from Ice Age. So these type of Ice Age cards, I mean, the Forest and the Brushland, this type of, I don't know what some people call them, Pain Land, some people call them the Damage. There's all kinds of nicknames, but these original Ice Age versions do have some value. Ice Flow is kind of meh. But these type of this type of land cycle is collected. They're not reserve list. They've been reprinted. These original black border with these original arts do have a very strange, I get messages on them. People always want to ask me about these. Rudy, what do you think these weird Ice Age originals? I think they're always going to have a place, and they're probably going to hold their value and possibly drift upwards slowly, but I see very limited upside, at least from someone from my point of view. A good old Necros, iconic card. Yes, it's not reserve list. Yes, it's been reprinted even in newer master sets. Yes, it'll get reprinted again, and yes, it'll probably be in at least 1 to 2 secret layers in the coming years. Original version will always be special and maintain that value. Night of Strong, nothing really dramatic here. I think Consultation is uncommon. This was one we had talked about when we did some Ice Age openings like a year or 2 ago. I think Consultation isn't uncommon, but it actually is one of these uncommons that has some value. But be careful. I can't get behind anyone wanting to invest or hoard or buy out the market on uncommon Ice Age because the sheer volume. Like, just let me state something that's very controversial that I can't legally go into too much, and that is that there are large big boy stores that you all know the name of all over the internet, and 1 or 2 of these very large stores in the United States have pallets of bulk, like 4th edition Ice Age Fallen Empire, oh my goodness, era type cards, 5th, 6th, 7th edition of bulk common uncommons on pallets and storage. That's all I can say without getting into details and privacy. But no, they're not rare cards. No, there's no sealed product or anything, but they do exist. Just be aware of that. Zeron Orb, classic card. Okay, great example. Farmer, one of the better cards in Ice Age, Fallen Empires. Again, Fungus, Rudy has Fungus, we know. I can't get behind Fallen Empire singles, even if it's or I can't get behind it. I'm sorry, folks. No matter how cool and iconic they are, I can't recommend people collect or invest them. If you enjoy them, and you want to collect a set because you enjoy it, that's great. I would recommend it because it's a fun experience. You can buy a whole set for pennies on the dollar. But again, they're not investable. It is what it is. The only thing investable in Fallen Empires is the sealed boxes because of the lack of supply. Anyways, Hymns, classic cards. You know, remember there's multiple arts of the same card. Some of these little land cycles from Fallen Empires. I love these things. They're so special and nostalgic to many people like me, old farts. We played with them a long time ago. They look so good. I used to build little decks in like high school of those things. Thralls, Order. I love the artwork on these things. God, like that crazy blue-black hair. Dude, wild artwork on that old stuff. You know, okay, I'm going to say it, but No, don't run out and buy out the stupid apples. I call them the apples when I was a kid. I used to call them the apple. I can never pronounce it. Some people call them the piles, the pile of apples. It was kind of like a slang term in high school when we used to play with them. I used to you run like play sets of these in all my decks, especially if I was running like a white deck or a green deck where I had no direct damage. And the fact that I could 2-drop this thing on turn 1 with a Soul Ring and then kind of do direct damage if needed. This was something I used to use as a kid. I always liked that card, but it's Fallen Empires, not much value. Okay, here's a good conversation piece. Unglued, unhinged, unstable, unrudy, unridiculous. In an era where they are reprinting these in VIP packs, VIP Quadmasters, Secret Lairs, I can't get behind anything to do with specialty lands like that anymore. These were the promo ones with the logo, so nothing exciting there. Okay, here's interesting. Now we're going to Exodus. Exodus, very expensive set. A lot of hidden sleeper cards in Exodus. I still believe, even in today's day and age, Oath of Druids, that's actually a really good card. These two, I believe, are actually reserved list, some of the better Exodus cards. I still believe there's a lot of underpriced sleeper cards in the Exodus, Mirage, Stronghold, Tempest type Weatherlight era. Now, a lot of people have been spending a lot of time in the last 24 months analyzing these sets and putting money and parking money and buying a lot of these weird rares out. So a lot of them have moved up quite a bit, but I still feel that they're pretty significantly underpriced and cheap, even in 2021 standards. 4th edition, City of Ass. I hate the city. The only one I like, I guess, is the original Blackboard Arabian Nights, just because it's original. But even then, I'm not a fan of it. Mana Flare 4th edition cards have very little value. White Border Chronicle, essentially, Land's Edge. But again, Chronicle versions have almost no value. It is what it is. Very iconic, very nostalgic. The Night Stalker. But again, these are not Arabian Nights Chronicle cards. These are not Legends. Chronicle cards have essentially no single card value except a handful of cards. It is what it is. Djinn, same thing. Almost no value in Chronicle reprint. But original Arabian Nights, hundreds of dollars. Yeah. And I know that's what people are in the comment section. Rudy, that proves the reserve list is unneeded. Look, these are cheap. Arabians. I know. Fever. Some of these weird Ice Age cards, Lures and Uncommon. I think the Fever is actually reserve list. Some of these weird cards like the Singularity, I think are actually reserve list. Completely wacky, useless cards, but very, very playful, very fun. Meteor Shower is useless. I've forgotten. Again, some of these are reserve lists, but they're just kind of useless. Drifting the Dead. Ooh, Minion. Powerful black. I used to play with that card when I was younger. Not much value, as you can see, but we're going to keep digging through here. There is some goodies in this batch, at least from the pictures he sent me. Listed auction, I think reserve list Mirage. Again, some of these Mirage cards, looking at you, Mr. Stairwell, some of these things do have value and people are going after them, so just be aware of that. Black Vice, 4th edition, Armageddon, 4th edition, judging by the borders. These are all going to be 4th edition, judging by the framework. Fungasaur, Life Lace, Libraries, Oasis, Tempest, and still, beautiful Enchantress. Again, 4th edition, very little value, even though this is what I grew up on. Nostalgic and great. I see all kinds of cool stuff. Livings, Righteous, Controls, Reverse. Another one of these rare little specialty lands. All right, what do we got here? See, you'll see why I bought this collection. Here we go. Prosperity, Visions. Don't underestimate some of these Visions cards. I know they're like triple sleeve. I'll deal with it later. Heat Wave, Homelands. Very iconic card, nostalgic, but again, no real value. Jade Monolith, amazing how this was alpha beta, how expensive it is. And when you're talking 5th, 6th edition reigns, this is 5th edition, just no value, man. It's kind of crazy how that works. Hey, Exploration, great Urza's card. Not reserved list, been reprinted many times. Very cool stuff. Lightning Elemental, we got some neat thing. Reanimates, original Tempest version, very cool. Final Fortune, very cool card. By the way, I think it's 7th edition Final Fortune. If you can get that thing in foil, holy smokes, like $500 if I'm thinking of the right card. Is it Final Fortune? Or is it End of Fortune? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong Fortune. There's one, something like that. Grinning Totem was originally the most expensive card in Mirage. Dissipate, Cycles, Amulets. See, again, some of these amulets, some of these weird cards, people want them, and there's value in some of these things that people are going after. So, all right, so now we're getting some older stuff. Obviously, I'm still a huge fan of even bulk. Anything Antiquities, Arabian Nights, Legends, especially those 3. I don't care if it's a common card. I love it. Commons, here we go. So, Underworld Dreams, very, very cool card here, and very, very rough. As you can see, actually, I think these are even inked. Yeah, I think there's actually, hold on, is that actually Sharpie on these cards too? These are rough. I guess it doesn't really matter in such bad condition. Yeah, I think there's Sharpie on them. Yep, you can see the black. So for those of you trying to pay attention here, you can actually see how there's no, see how the white, there's black touch-up Sharpie on these cards. And again, you're really not going to much of a difference in price. They're already in heavy played, almost damaged condition. So it's really not going to be a huge difference in value, even with the Sharpie on, because they're already in, you know, it's not like they're in mint condition. See, the worst is if this was mint condition and they're a Sharpie. That's the brutal, because you're going from like a high pricing of $50 to maybe $100 down to like 20, 30. That's where the swings come in. That's what sucks. All right, so now we're in beta cards. Red Elementals, Giant Gross, Psychic, ooh, Sinkhole. Golly, these are rough. So this is definitely a not investable collector. This is a very well-loved this is a very, very well-loved players collection here. My goodness, these things have seen some love. And this is common. A lot of these old cards, Disenchants, very, ugh. Holy crap. Not exactly gradable, but very cool. Spell Blast. Remember, Wall of Waters, walls, believe it or not, except like Wall of Wood and I think are all uncommon, so that always gets people. Oh, these are actually alpha here. We got nice little Twiddle alphas. Those are cool. Twiddle alphas. Hey, little alpha shatters. And then we're over here just back to the unsets. Stronghold again. Shard Phoenix, weird card, but it's like reserve list. Hey, here you go. Cat. See, some of these weird cards, I'm telling you, like, look at these. These are like reserve list weird cards. And a lot of people are always like analyzing and looking for the next thing. And see, cards like that, I don't know how they're going to age. Nobody does. Because they're not really sought after except by collectors and hoarders and evil investors. So again, now we're in Legends, Common, Uncommons. Nice little 4 spikes. Urborgs, love the artwork. Psychics, Commons. Oh, Sylvan Library coming through. Very nice. A little bit nicer. Nicer than the Underworld Dreams. That's good. Curse Dragon. Here we go. There we go. Now we're looking at the Rudies. This is getting the action going here. We just moved up a floor downstairs. Very cool. Transmute Artifact. Let me just take a look at the overall condition. Not really any inking, no? Okay. Just checking. Just a little rough, I guess. But no, at least they're good to go. Boy, beautiful. We got 3 oh, that one's a little nicer. Nice transmutes. Original strip mines. They all different versions? No, these 3 are the same version and then different. Okay. And the Energy Fluxes. Felden's Cane. The original Ivory Tower. Very cool to see. Pixies. Ooh, Suchi. Love the Suchi. Holy smokes, it was mint condition. Rudy dropped it. Now it's heavy play. Yo, that is real heavy play. Suchi. Nice little place of the Suchis. Power Leech. You guys remember the Power Leech video from 3-4 years ago? I bought like 300 Power Leeches for like $2-3. Yeah, those were the good days. What was that, 2017 or something? Crumble. All right, so are we about to move out of the... We got a little bit more blackboard. Okay. Legends, Pendlehaven, Uncommon Hammers. We got Rudy the Falcons. Nothing crazy. Avoid Fates. We got a Backfire. Hey, there's a nice Greed there. I think Greed's are rare, right? Teleria, Uncommon, and Boomerang. Okay, so that's it for about all the Legend cards. Let me move these off to the side. So now we're heading over to Revised. Probably Revised has got to be the most controversial thing, folks. Everybody's just, oh, it's going to go up so much. Oh, no, it's printed. There's billions of Revised cards. They're never worth anything. Rudy's trying to pump and dump your stepsister. You know, I never thought Revised would even get to where it is today. We got Royal. Armageddon always surprised me. No one ever talks about that card, but it's expensive. Beautiful Miss Sarah. We got Rudy's Fungus. We got Swords. Balance. Ooh, nice, beautiful Balance and nice Hercles there. Counter Spells, Uncommons. Nice little infamous Stasis. By the way, the old Faye Jones. Whatever happened to that woman? Black Vice, Meekstone. All right, what else we got here? Let's get into how much more Revised we have. Not much. All right, Monovolt, very, very cool card. I'm hoping for some Wheel of Fortunes. J. Monde Tombs, nice little soul ring there. Rax, Scepters, Infreets, Earthquakes. Ooh, Forks, a little rough, but okay. Yeah, there's a little birdie, 2 birdies. Oh, play set of birdies, very nice. Mahamadis, Controls. Ooh, nice hippies. Oh, these hippies are actually unlimited. Okay, that just caught my eye. I was like, wait a minute. I could tell by the deeper line on the mana symbol going down there and the bolder and different font on the side. That caught my eye. I was like, wait a minute, these are unlimited edition. That's very cool. Are they all unlimited edition? Yeah, sorry. It's kind of tough with the reflection on the sleeves. I couldn't see real good, but wow, okay. Unlimited hippies. Back to Revives. That's kind of weird. Mind Twist, most broken card ever. And, oh, Royal Assassin that's been through every washing machine from every ex-girl. Jeez Louise. All right, so now we're moving over to foreign cards, non-English. Not a fan, but again, it's part of the collection. I don't, foreign cards usually like 40 to 50 to 60%. Usually about half of English counterparts is like English legends versus Italian legends. We got some factories over here. We got Mazavith over here from Italian, or I'm not sure what the language is. I would assume some sort of Italian. Bibliotech, the old Sylvan Library, Land Tax, Concordant Crossroads. We got the Wall of Relic? No. Force? Wait. I don't remember. Channels, unsummons. Let's see here. We got some L's. Not worth a whole. Oh, very nice looking. I like lightning bolts. It's pretty cool. Oh, Sarah Angel. She looks good in that. Very cool. Elemental controls, Djinns. Hey, Recall. Very cool. Boy, multiple different languages here. Okay. Black Vice, Howling Mind. Hey, there's a winter orb. Very cool. And a Mind Twist, Terrors, and some Dark Rituals. Again, I'm not really a fan of those. I don't really, it is what it is. I don't know. They're part of the, like I said, I mostly want the collection for these older cards, and then, of course, the Revives and some of the other things. And, of course, at the end here, you'll see, which is coming up here in a minute, some basic lands. Oh, we got a little bit of Collector's Edition. These are Ice, or no, just CE. We got a few Collector's Editions. Weird, okay. A play set of Collector Edition Hippies and Trolls in Tsunami. Looks like definitely must have been for a deck. Exactly a play set of each. And then, okay, Paladin, Mana Shore. Okay, we got a couple little rares in there. Okay, here we go. I remember he emailed me. He said he did have some Arabian Nights. Little play set of Flying Men. This is, Flying Men in today's standards, the dumbest, cheapest, stupid card. But it's such an iconic one-drop, 1/1 flying for blue back in the day. That was a really big deal, folks. I can't emphasize that enough. Unstable Mutation. So we have Arabian Nights cards here. Mostly nothing crazy. Oh, Curd Apes. Very cool. Place at a 4. Pretty rough, but still. And a 4 mana flare. So that's all Arabian Nights. Not a lot, but in 2021, that's about what you can expect. So before we end the video, there's a last block, I'm assuming, yep. All Alpha Beta basic lands that were very well loved. Tons of Alpha Beta basic lands. So, yeah. This is something... Oh, is it stopped there? Yeah. And then we get a little bit of dark cards. Looks like a couple cards from the dark. Hey, Felwar Stone. That's very cool. Scavenger. Dust to Dust. A little Poltergeist. So this was the most exciting here, was these Alpha Beta basics. I was very excited about that. And then I remember this. Okay. And then look at this. Regrowth, Icy. A couple nice Sinkholes. A couple more unlimited cards. Little Vampires. These are actually nicer condition, too, than the rest. Look at that. And then, of course, little Juggernauts. Hey, Psionic Blast. Very cool. One of the only blue direct damage cards ever. So anyways, that's what's in this little collection. Like I said, overall, things like this, I enjoy going through them. They're fun. If you have a collection to sell, AlphainvestmentsLLC at gmail.com. Pictures and prices, the old PP. Pictures and prices only, please. And, yeah, if you guys got anything cool or old school, I'd be definitely interested to work with you. Unfortunately, remember, I only buy old single cards or sealed boxes of all eras. So sealed product doesn't matter if it's brand new, although I don't pay much for brand new. Or I prefer out-of-print sealed product. And, of course, single cards that are older the better. But I still think, I've been saying it for about 6 months now, with the world, I know this is controversial, with the world calming down, and I'm comparing that to 2020, calmer than it was in 2020, and I know it's a very loose statement, I still think in the next 6-12 months, pending some sort of major crash, which anything can happen, black swan events, I really do think that we are going to see another leg up in collectibles as the stock market, equity markets, real estate markets, crypto markets continue to inflate. I think the collectible world, and especially, I'm telling you all, old magic, I'm telling you, these things are still, I know people, oh, they're so expensive. No, they're not. In today's standards, when, McDonald's, at least in Florida, is hiring at $15, $16 an hour, and I'm like, holy crap, I made $5 an hour when I was, in high school in 2001. Oh my God, I am old. God, I feel like every old guy. Back in my day, it was 5 cents for a candy bar down in the basement. But no, I just think people really lose sight of that relativity and how much things have shifted in the time value of money and the prices. And I just think there's a lot of room to run on these things. And I've been saying it for a while. And I'm telling you all, it's coming. And I hope you're ready. Hope you learned something. Always fun to go through old cards. Have a great day, folks.